This is about a small town in Kansas called Chapman. The history of Chapman goes back to 1855 and 1857 when George Freeman, John Irwin, and Michael Hunt settled on the land a couple of miles north of the present town site. In 1858, the boundaries of Dickinson County were established by Governor Denver, and the name of Dickinson was chosen in honor of Senator D.F. Dickinson of New York. The early settlers lived off of the meat of buffalo, deer, wild turkey, rabbits, and prairie chickens. Their nearest doctor was an army doctor at Fort Riley, about 15 miles away. Prairie fires, Indians, buffalo herds, and cyclones were always threats to the pioneers. There were many tribes of Indians in the feudal valley of Smoky Hill River running from Abilene to Junction City. Buffalo herds migrated from South Dakota to Texas and sometimes took up to 3 days for the herds to pass and would stretch for a half mile to a mile wide. The prairie grass was so tall a cow could get lost if it wandered from the herd. The Irwin House became the center of pioneer hospitality. No traveler was refused lodging or something to eat. Mr. Irwin was always the postmaster to the first post office of Chapman Creek. This post office was called Farmington Post Office. In 1866, the Union Pacific Railroad came through the area and the community began to grow quickly. And in 1869, this area suffered a devastating setback when they had a tremendous flood. Many human and animal lives were lost, not to mention the number of crops and homes that were destroyed. In 1872, the community was incorporated and named after Chapman Creek. This was then the beginning of the town of Chapman. In 1879, bonds were voted for a new school building which was to be used for all community activities, religious and social. Since most residents were from Ireland or were descendants of those who came from Ireland, our town is called Chapman Irish. On the evening of June 11, 2008, a half-mile wide F4 tornado swept through Chapman. Many buildings and structures in the town suffered extensive damage. Most of the downtown area was obliterated, and over 60 homes were destroyed. School buildings and churches suffered extensive damage, and at least 200 people were displaced from the town. This destruction did not deter the residents. They rebuilt and came back stronger because of it. New homes and new schools were built. These schools serve Dickinson County. Chapman is home to a brand new 68,000 square foot elementary school, 88,000 square foot middle school, and 155,000 square foot high school. This fighting spirit lives on in Chapman, Kansas. America is beautiful. From sea to shining sea, purple mountain majesties, and amber waves of grain. We may suffer setbacks and disappointments, but it does not keep us down. We get back up and get it done. Chapman is home of the Fighting Irish. Small town, but big in heart.